Chapter 11. The Language of Transformation. Learning to listen beyond words. Imagine trying to explain music to someone who has never heard sound, or color to someone who has never seen light. Some experiences simply refuse to fit inside ordinary language. Plant medicine often belongs to that category. We borrow words like vision, energy, spirit, ego death, downloads, because language is the closest bridge we have. But the experience itself is often far larger than the words attempting to describe it. This is why comparing ceremonies can be so misleading. No two people are walking the same path. No two nervous systems carry the same stories. No two hearts are asking the same questions. The medicine does not follow a script. It meets a living human being. Perhaps that is why so many people say, the medicine gives you what you need, not what you want. Whether one understands that spiritually, psychologically, or somewhere in between, many people discover that expectations rarely survive the experience. Curiosity, however, does. The call. Very few people arrive at plant medicine by accident. Some come searching for healing. Some come searching for relief. Some are grieving. Some feel lost. Some simply know that life as they have been living it no longer fits. Often the medicine is not answering a question. It is responding to a readiness. Not readiness to experience something extraordinary. Readiness to become more honest. Because transformation rarely begins when life becomes easier. It begins when pretending becomes more painful than changing. A new language. One of the greatest surprises for many people is realizing that the medicine does not always communicate through sentences. Sometimes it speaks through symbols. Sometimes through emotions. Sometimes through memories. Sometimes through profound silence. Sometimes through laughter so overwhelming that tears become inevitable. Sometimes through a single image that unfolds its meaning over the next 10 years. Healing often speaks in poetry rather than instruction manuals. Our work is not to force immediate understanding. Our work is to become patient students of the conversation. The greatest insights rarely arrive fully explained. They reveal themselves over time. When the story of me becomes quiet. Many people have heard the phrase ego death. It has become one of the most discussed and often misunderstood aspects of plant medicine. Some describe moments in which the familiar sense of self becomes remarkably quiet. Old identities soften. Long-held stories dissolve. The boundaries between me and everything else may feel less solid than they once did. Others experience something much gentler. A simple realization that they have spent many years believing stories that no longer serve them. Neither experience is better than the other. Transformation is not measured by intensity. Sometimes the most profound awakening is not disappearing. Sometimes it is realizing that you are far larger than the story you've been telling yourself. Walking through the fire. Not every ceremony feels beautiful. Some feel incredibly challenging. Grief may surface. Fear, old memories, unfinished conversations, long-buried emotions. Many traditions describe this as a form of initiation. Psychology may describe it differently. Whatever language we choose, the invitation remains remarkably similar. Turn toward what has been asking for your attention. Not to become trapped there, but to allow what has been frozen to begin moving again. Healing rarely asks us to become fearless. It asks us to become willing. The Infinite Library. No book could ever catalog every possible experience. Some people encounter vivid geometric patterns. Others experience complete darkness. Some feel immense love. Others experience stillness unlike anything they have known. Some report encounters with ancestors, animals, or symbolic guides. Others receive no visions at all. Some laugh uncontrollably. Some cry for hours. Some simply sit quietly beside their breath. None of these experiences automatically make a ceremony more meaningful than another. Meaning is not determined by spectacle. Meaning grows through relationship. The trickster arrives. It would be impossible to write honestly about plant medicine without acknowledging one delightful truth. Sometimes the medicine is hilarious. There seems to be an extraordinary sense of humor woven into many ceremonies. Not ridicule, playfulness, perspective, humility, the kind of laughter that reminds us we've been taking ourselves far too seriously. I've seen people become convinced they had unlocked the mysteries of the universe, only to spend the next 20 minutes trying to remember where they placed their water bottle. I've watched profound spiritual revelations interrupted by someone loudly asking where the bathroom was. And yes, more than one person has become absolutely certain they possessed remarkable new physical abilities. For the record, if a medicine suddenly convinces you that you are a dolphin, you are almost certainly not a dolphin. Please remain seated. The trickster has always been one of humanity's oldest secrets. The trickster has always been one of humanity's oldest teachers. Humor softens certainty. Laughter dissolves pride. Sometimes the deepest wisdom arrives wearing a smile. Service is beautiful and occasionally messy. One ceremony remains forever etched into my memory. My sister and I were helping hold a prayer gathering. The women formed an inner circle while the men surrounded us in prayer. As we stood, one dear brother slowly wandered towards us, clearly needing support. We reached out to steady him. In the very next moment, he purged spectacularly, directly onto our feet. For one perfectly human instant, we looked at one another in complete disbelief. Then we smiled, helped him outside, returned to our places, and continued praying. No one had failed. No one had done anything wrong. It was simply another reminder that service is rarely glamorous. Love often arrives wearing muddy boots. Humility has an unforgettable sense of timing. Integration is where the medicine lives. Ceremony is not the destination, it is a conversation. The relationship continues long after the songs have ended. Insights settle. The nervous system reorganizes. Questions continue unfolding. This is why many experienced facilitators encourage waiting before making major life decisions after ceremony. A dramatic realization may indeed be true, or it may deepen, soften, or change as the days pass. Give wisdom time to breathe. Journal, walk, talk with trusted friends, attend integration circles, rest. The medicine often continues teaching long after the cup has been emptied. Begin building your optimal field. The next time you encounter mystery in ceremony or in everyday life, practice something beautifully simple. Instead of asking, "What does this mean?" try asking, "How is this inviting me into a deeper relationship with myself, with others, or with life?" One question seeks certainty. The other invites transformation. Another page in your journal. Write this question across the top of a blank page. What does mystery awaken in me? Curiosity, excitement, fear, wonder, resistance. Sit quietly, then write another. Where in my life have I been demanding certainty when curiosity might serve me better? Finally, ask yourself, how can I become someone who meets the unknown with greater humility and greater trust? The Empress of the Forest. Meeting a master plant for the first time is a little like accepting an invitation to dinner with the Empress of the Forest. She has been here a very long time. She is under no obligation to impress you. She does not need your approval. She is not interested in performing for your expectations. She simply invites you to become more honest than you have ever been before. Arrive with humility. Bring your discernment. Bring your curiosity. Leave certainty at the door. And remember, the deepest conversations are rarely the loudest ones. Whether your ceremony is filled with visions or silence, laughter or tears, animals or ordinary breath, the invitation remains the same. Slow down, listen, stay in relationship, because transformation has never belonged only to extraordinary moments. It belongs to the quiet courage of allowing life to keep teaching you. And if somewhere along the journey a tree seems to have something important to say, smile. Whether the lesson arrives through biology, symbolism, mystery, or something beyond words, the invitation is unchanged. Listen well. The living world has been speaking all along.